Mr. Harley. Greetings and welcome, people. And may I wish you all a happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Yes, I know it's a silly one, but yeah, I can see the joke. Although by the time you get to see this, I suspect it will not be May the 4th any longer. But anyway, I hope whenever you get to see this that Star Wars Day was fun for you. It's Friday, it's the last day of the week. If you're sitting at work thinking you're going to watch the entirety of the Star Wars box set over the weekend, good for you. Actually, that's just given me an idea. Whoop, that road. So we're going to cut the waffle on this vlog today. Thank God I hear you saying. Does that mean I'm not going to say anything at all? No. I want to talk about something that has been around for quite some years, but seems to be making something of a resurgence. And obviously over the last few years we've heard lots and lots about hybrid cars and battery powered cars. Tesla, Nissan Leaf, Honda have their electric car, the name of which escapes me for the moment. But what's coming up now is electric bikes. Now, just to clarify, I don't mean battery assisted bicycles, pedal cycles. I mean machines that in all other respects resemble motorcycles or motor scooters. The only difference being, instead of an internal combustion engine, they have a huge battery pack and a very powerful brushless DC motor. Well, actually I thought the better way to drive electric motors was AC, but anyway, I think they're DC, I might be wrong. Now, clearly if you watch motovloggers, you've seen that quite a few of them, the bigger motovloggers with lots of subscribers who can go to dealers and get bikes on longer term loan, they've started, bumpy bit, sorry about that, borrowing electric bikes. Missenden Flyer recently did one. Who else recently did one? Oh my goodness, it was in my head not so long ago. Waterific over in the States did one, and RJ, that's the fella, RJ did one. Now, there seems to be two main contenders at the moment in the motorcycle area. It seems to be the DSR Zero range and BMW have just brought out the C Evolution, which is a fully electric super scooter, along the lines of their earlier C range, and also things like Suzuki Bergman and that type of thing, and the Honda Silverwing, I think, if that's still a thing. And generally everybody that rides them seems to quite like them. Of course they all complain about, oh, they're so quiet, I don't feel safe because it's not making a noise. But anyway, I don't think we've heard any stories yet of every single rider of an electric motorcycle being bowled off by a car because the bike was so quiet. It's more likely to be that the bike will bowl over a pedestrian because the pedestrian didn't hear the bike coming. But then that's what the horn's for, people. Use your horn. And if it's just a pathetic beeper, upgrade it. Yeah, so I mean, obviously the one thing that they all rave about pretty much all the way through their reviews, and I don't doubt them for 1 minute, is the torque. As we all know, or as we've all come to know, electric motors deliver pretty much full torque from 0 RPM, unlike internal combustion engines which have a power band which does not start at 0 RPM, I can assure you. So yes, the torque is amazing, the smoothness and silence, because the battery packs are low down in the frame, the centre of gravity is low, so the handling is really quite nimble. So it seems like electric bikes have everything going for them, don't you think? Well, not quite. Obviously in all of the tests they do point out about the two main drawbacks of pretty much all electric vehicles at the moment, which are range, i.e. the lack of, and recharge time, which has too much of. Now for both the Zero machines and the BMW C Evolution, the range seems to be generally quite a bit less than 100 miles. Bearing in mind these machines are also limited, I think, to 80 miles an hour. Although if you look at their websites, they give all of the speeds and ranges in kilometres, because obviously there's more kilometres in a given distance than miles, so it looks more impressive. And all of the recharge times are given in hours. Yes, hours. So for the old lead acid technology, there was clearly a large weight penalty. Now you might say, well, an internal combustion engine is very heavy. Yes, it is. But the number of old technology lead acid batteries required to run an electric vehicle for any decent distance and time is a lot heavier. So of course, with lithium technology and also with the new technology in motors, electric motors, things are a lot better than they used to be. I mean, a lithium battery for this bike of the same size and greater energy capacity is probably about a third the weight. So lithium battery technology good. Of course, lithium battery technology can be hazardous if anything does go wrong. Lithium burns rather energetically. Doesn't quite explode, but it does burn very hot. But of course the lack of range and the long recharge time are the two big factors holding back battery technology at the moment. I mean, by comparison, on this bike, my bike, the 1200cc 4-cylinder carburetted bike, I can get to, depending on how I ride, 150, 160 miles before the low fuel warning light comes on. At which point, within a few miles, I will call into a petrol station, gas station if you're across the pond. And 5 minutes later I will be back out on the road with a full tank ready to do another 150, 160 miles. And if I ran past when the red fuel the low fuel warning light comes on, I'd probably get another 50 odd miles. So let's say a full tank from full to empty, I can get around 200 miles of mixed riding. And as I say, I can then go into any petrol station, fill up, and 5 minutes later, back on the road, riding again. Even if I run out of fuel, I can push the bike. I know that there'll be a petrol station not too far away. Obviously, charging points are becoming more and more common, but they're by no means universal, certainly not in every petrol station. So there is the aspect or the possibility of running out of charge on your electric bike and basically having to push it all the way home. Now the two machines or ranges of machines that are currently getting most of the profile, most of the limelight, they obviously do offer options for faster recharging. I think the zero range come with an additional battery pack that fits into what would be the fuel tank in place of the storage unit that goes in there. And also I think with the Zero is the system, has a system whereby you can reduce the charging time to a couple of hours, but that is only if you use up to 4 of their charging systems. And if you use 4 charging systems, you can't put more than 2 on the same electrical circuit in your home if you're charging at home, because the load on the electrical circuit would basically blow your fuses or your trips, or so it's not as basically a case of stick a plug in the bike, stick a plug in the wall, 2 hours later you're done. There are special things to be done. And the one thing that most of the reviewers don't seem to be covering on these electric bikes is, while they have, I think they're both the Zeros and the BMW have a 5-year warranty on the battery pack, people like me could no way afford a brand new Zero or a brand new BMW C Evolution. They're about £13,000 to £14,000. 13 to 14,000. Now I know BMW are well known for charging a lot of money for their products, but I'm not sure that Zero is in the same luxury brand range. It does seem to be the case that companies that are producing technology and vehicles that we should be buying, if we're interested in saving the planet, but by God do they charge a premium price for them. Yes, I know they put a lot of money into research and development, and at the moment the production quantities are quite low. If orders do pick up and production picks up, then obviously the economies of scale kick in and individual unit prices will start to drop. But to get back to my point, I can't afford to buy a brand new C3 or a Zero, so if I want one, I will have to wait 3 or 4 years and get one second hand. And if I've had it for a year or 2, the battery warranty has expired, if something goes wrong with the battery pack and I have to have it replaced, how much is a new battery pack going to cost? I would suggest it will be in the thousands of pounds, at least a couple of thousand, if not more. There is a video on YouTube showing the C Evolution being assembled, and obviously it starts with assembling the battery pack, because that is basically the spine of the bike. It is the frame, effectively. Everything else bolts around that. And this battery pack is a huge construction. It is milled out of solid billet aluminium, I believe, or it may be cast and then milled, I don't know, but I think it's milled out of top grade aluminium. They don't actually show that bit on the video. And it is the size of 2 medium storage crates put end to end. And into this they put 2 lithium battery packs, I think it's 2, might be 3, that are absolutely enormous. They have to be lifted in by a machine. The operator can't lift them in by hand. I would have thought health and safety comes into play there as well, but never mind. That's quite nice today. Clouded up a bit. It was really blue, clear earlier this morning, but never mind. It's still very nice, quite cool. Beautiful biking weather. So yes, if I buy a second-hand one that's 3 or 4 years old, if the worst should occur and I end up having to have the battery pack replaced, how much is that going to cost? Now obviously with these electric bikes you don't have a vast majority of the maintenance requirements of a machine like this. There is a drive belt, although why they can't put the motor in directly into the rear hub I don't know. There is a drive belt, not a chain, so there's no chain maintenance. Presumably at some point the belt may or may not need replacing. There's no spark plugs, there's no clutch, there's no oil and filter to change, no air filter, no carburetors or fuel injection to worry about. That side of it is very appealing and I think will appeal to those people that want something they can just get on in the morning, ride to work. If their ride to work is of any reasonable distance, they may want to be able to plug it in and charge it while they're at work, do their day's work, get back on the bike, ride it home, job done, plug it in, go indoors, have your tea, have your supper. But for people like me who like a bit more flexibility, a few more options of where I can go, they're not there yet. One of the reviewers did make the comment that as far as the range and recharge times goes, they're almost, they're almost there. They're not really. I don't call even a 2-hour recharge time anything like comparable to refueling a motorcycle. Clearly it's not. They're not there yet, but they are getting there. And the question is, at some point, would I have one? And taking all things into consideration, if the money wasn't the issue, yes, I would. I wouldn't get rid of this and replace it with an electric one. Certainly not the way the technology is at the moment. But I would certainly like to have one parked alongside this for use on those days when I just need to get somewhere not too far. Don't want to worry about dragging a heavy motorcycle out of the garden. Just want to wheel it out, get on, ride. Obviously you still need to wear bike gear, helmet, that type of thing. Oh, for goodness sake, what's going on here? And of course there's no gear changes to worry about on an electric bike. The torque is there all the time. You don't need to drop down 1 or 2 gears to overtake. You just crack the throttle. But one of the other factors to consider is if the battery technology does advance far enough to basically displace petrol as the fuel of choice for at least motorcycles, will the oil companies allow it to happen? But let's face it, I mean, the oil and fuel industry is, for the companies, a multi-billion-dollar affair, and for most governments it's a multi-billion-dollar affair. For every litre of fuel that is sold in this country, something like 72% of the cost goes to our government in tax and duty of some sort. 70-odd%. So if for every pound the fuel companies only get something like 30 pence per sale, per pound per sale. Well, obviously they don't get money for stuff they don't sell, so there we go. That's a very mucky bit of road, but a nice lake. Very nice. More wet roads. More runoff. Yeah, maybe I should have left coming down this road for another day or two. Oh dear. Yes, that rainy weather that I spoke about in my last vlog did indeed make an appearance. And very nice out here it is too. And why did I come down this road? Oh, bloody hell. Oh dear. Yeah, because I wanted to see what was going on down here. More wet surface and more blooming potholes. Nice little villages though. Proper quaint old English country villages, these fieldstone built houses. Very nice. Lots of flint as well. It's popular building material in this area, flint or chert. There's another way along here. Went to a Christingle service in that church a few years ago. That's very nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a nice looking pub. Yahoo! Nice. That's what I do like about this bike. What's going on? Come on, people. Very nice too. I missed the resurfacing of this particular piece of road. That's not fun. A few bikes in there today. But I need to get home. Quarter to 12. Got to be home soon. So I think that's it for this particular vlog. Oh, Eat Up Jaguar on the left. Very nice too. One of my favourite cars. And something else I will never ever own. Oh well. So yes, that'll probably be it for this vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I hope if you're in the UK, you enjoy your early May bank holiday weekend. It's supposed to be a good one, weather-wise. which makes a change. The legend is that the surest way of guaranteeing wet, rainy weather in the UK is to have a bank holiday. But we can manage that any time of the year, it doesn't have to be a bank holiday. So enjoy yourselves. Have a nice long weekend if you're able to do so. I know a lot of people, it's just business as usual. People who work in the care and medical sectors, emergency services. I do appreciate it, folks. Take care. And when you do get some time off, hope you relax and enjoy it. So, I'll say cheerio for now. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.